Hey guys, what's up? It's Carmela Maniac. Today I'm going to review Sabrina Carpenter's song Taste off her new album, Short and Sweet. Before I start, I want to say that even though I don't listen to lyrics, I did notice some things here, and this song may contain some more mature themes, so be warned. Now, the first thing I heard when I was listening to this song was how the guitar started in the center of the mix and then traveled to the left. Then it danced around, some of its elements hitting the right side, but the bulk of it panned to the left, which is a little strange to me, especially to start off the few first seconds of the song.
Oh, I leave quite an impression, 5 feet to be exact.
Sabrina generally uses a lot of her head voice in songs, but in the beginning of this song, she switches between her head and chest voice a lot. She also lets her voice crack a couple of times when changing notes, and she does it really well to create contrast and to accentuate certain parts of the melody, giving it spirit and feeling.
You're wondering why half is closed when missing my body's where they're at.
There's a nice build-up leading to the first chorus that starts out with Sabrina singing, obviously, a distorted guitar rhythm, and a hi-hat hit on every beat. Then the bass and a second guitar come in. The second guitar sounds like it's just a rhythmic static note to create tension, which then gets resolved when the chorus drops. The bass sounds like a regular synthetic bass that is very basic and clean. A good dropout occurs right before the chorus. While Sabrina sings the word I, it sounds like they panned her vocal part to both the left and right sides, making her sound more stereo than before, where she is positioned only in the middle. It creates a nice variance. In the beginning, her vocals have a little reverb, and when she sings the word I, there is little to no reverb. When she sings the chorus, there is more reverb and she is still panned to both sides. Or there might be a duplicate track of her singing panned to the opposite side. These effects make her sound bigger and glittery in the chorus. I like how the producers made sure the verse's vocals were different from the chorus's vocals. When I was listening to the chorus with headphones, I felt like a wave of higher frequency sounds just hit me, and it wasn't very pleasant. This effect is coming mainly from the higher frequency drum set instruments like the hi-hat and the cymbal. Some of it is also coming from Sabrina and the way they mixed her vocals along with her vocal style. She uses a lot of head voice in the chorus here, and head voice in general can have a little, I would describe it as minute scratchiness in the higher frequency range compared to the chest voice. The scratchiness might have been exacerbated too much because of how they either panned her vocal part to both sides or had duplicate vocal parts that were panned to opposite sides. The instrumentation is simple with just a classic drum set percussion track and what sounds like 2 guitar parts panned to each side. It's simple because the song follows a pop genre and because Sabrina is the star of the mix. Her melodies are varied and don't repeat often, making them entertaining enough to be the center of attention. During the chorus, there is another sound, maybe a synth, that is in the lower frequency range that accentuates the actual bass, and then it goes away during the verse, making the bass in the chorus take up more frequency space without muddying up the mix by having too much bass. There's a tiny instrument interlude after the first chorus, and then only one guitar and the percussion remain during the second verse accompanying Sabrina.
He pins you down on the carpet.
During the second verse, Sabrina follows the vocal style she used in the first one in terms of going between head and chest voice.
He's funny now, all his jokes hit different. Guess who we learned that from?
There's a synth that almost sounds like a synthetic whistle that comes in and adorns her vocals.
With his tongue.
Here in the second verse, part of which she is singing in her chest voice, she adds some vocal harmonies using her head voice, which sound like shiny butterflies.
Guess who we learned that from?
Right before the second chorus, the percussion cuts out, except for the kick, another drum-like thing that is panned to the right and is almost an echo of the kick, and maybe a tambourine. While the percussion drops out, the guitar is still playing and Sabrina is still singing. Most of the percussion cuts out so that the song can build back up for the next chorus.
Now I'm gone, but you're still laying next to me.
This time, when she sings the word I, there's another vocal line that is much higher added on top, making this pre-chorus bigger than the last, keeping the momentum of the song moving up as it goes on.
Separation, I heard you're back together.
During the second chorus, more vocal lines are added on top, making this chorus bigger and different from the previous chorus.
Forever, nothing you do, just know you taste me.
There is another instrument interlude, which this time is adorned by some vocal la-las by Sabrina. After the interlude, there is a breakdown where the only things we hear are Sabrina, a synth pad holding long notes, and a guitar strumming in eighth notes. The eighth notes create tension again, which is resolved when more instruments come back in. When the breakdown starts, Sabrina sings softly and the guitar is being played quietly as well, and almost sounds like the musician is muting the strums or something.
Every time you close your eyes and feel his lips, you're feeling mine.
As the breakdown continues, Sabrina and the guitar get louder until the line "You can have 'em if you like," where more instruments like the bass and percussion come back in again.
And every time you breathe his air, just know I was already there. You can love him if you like.
Sabrina creates a nice crescendo with her voice, starting in her head voice, mixing in the middle, and ending in chest voice, and she even added a vocal line on top right before some of the instruments come back in. The build-up continues to successfully make the song swell pleasantly until the line "Yeah, I've been known to share," which also has an added vocal line.
Been there, done that once or twice, and singing about it don't mean I care. Yeah, I know I've been known to share.
After, everything, except for a synth, cuts back out and Sabrina giggles.
Share.
Sabrina comes back in, joined by a synth-sounding guitar and a percussive clap hitting on every quarter note.
Well, I heard you're back together, and if that's true, you'll.
Just before the line, "When he's kissing you," all the tracks, the vocals, and instruments cut out, leaving us in silence, briefly keeping us on the edge of our seats. She sings that line "When he's kissing you," and multiple vocal parts come in and a big release happens as all the instruments come back in for the last chorus.
Had to taste me when he's kissing you. If you
The song slowly comes back down with some drum fills and breaks in the vocal lines for more vocal la-las. Sabrina does some vocal freestyling and she leaves us with one last "When he's kissing you." The last thing we hear is Sabrina holding out the note on the word "you."
when he's kissing you.
I am not really a fan of pop, but this song was done well. It's dynamic, there are proper build-ups and dropouts to keep us interested. The song has good arrangement. I can tell the differences between choruses and verses. Each chorus and verse were bigger or had more instruments or vocal parts than preceding ones, making the song a scenic mountain that we climbed and came back down on the other side. I also appreciated the small parts that adorn the main melodies, which were sometimes synths, guitars, or vocals. Sabrina has a nice voice, and I really like how she uses both her head voice and her chest to create an intriguing contrast during the verses. The vocals were well mixed and featured differently throughout the song, which gives us different flavors so we don't get bored. The instrument interlude is a little repetitive in terms of melodies. The guitar played the same melody twice and never changed, but I know that wasn't the point of the song. I think the reason I don't like this song is because the instrumentation is a little boring and has been used countless times. Also, I don't like the amount of noise in the higher frequency range. However, after analyzing this song, I now know why Sabrina Carpenter has been doing so well. Her songs are just well written, produced, mixed, mastered, and performed. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button and subscribe so I can do more content like this. Let me know what you guys think of Sabrina Carpenter in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later.